Elon Musk says the Epstein files hide more than Trump's name. They protect top Democrats and their donors too. Bloomberg confirms the FBI flagged Trump in the records, then blacked him out with other high-profile figures. No crimes proven, but secrecy sparks suspicion. And as Ghislaine Maxwell quietly moves to a cushier prison, victims call it proof the powerful still protect their own. In a shocking turn of events, American billionaire Elon Musk has claimed that senior members of the US Democratic Party and their benefactors could be listed in the Epstein documents. On August 1st, Bloomberg reported that the FBI agents reviewing the files on the convicted sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein had identified numerous references to US President Donald Trump, as well as dozens of other high-profile figures. The agency stressed that the appearance of any name is not evidence of a crime or even a suggestion of wrongdoing. Responding to the report, one ex-user suggested that when a Democrat becomes president, they'll unredact these names. Musk, however, did not agree, saying,
"They won't, because major Dems and their donors are on the list too."
Musk, however, did not offer any evidence or elaborate. In 2019, a spokesman for former President Bill Clinton confirmed that he had flown on Epstein's private aircraft multiple times, while stressing that the ex-US leader had never visited Epstein's notorious private island. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's former lawyer, has named two Democrats, former Senator George Mitchell and former UN Ambassador Bill Richardson, as appearing in the documents, stressing that that alone did not indicate any wrongdoing. In June, Musk, who had a falling out with Trump over his legislative agenda, claimed that the president was in the Epstein files, suggesting, "That is the real reason they have not been made public." Musk later deleted his post, acknowledging he went too far. Three people familiar with the matter told Bloomberg's Jason Leopold that the FBI has redacted Donald Trump's name, along with the names of other prominent public figures, from references in the Jeffrey Epstein files. People familiar with the process told Bloomberg that internal directives instructed about 1,000 FBI agents to flag any mention of Trump during a March review of roughly 100,000 pages of records. The Justice Department said the review turned up no client list or evidence linking Trump to criminal activity, despite his name appearing in Epstein's contact book and flight logs. The Bloomberg report said that earlier this year, FBI agents were directed to search for all documents associated with the Epstein case and determine which could be released, totaling tens of thousands of pages, following Attorney General Pam Bondi's request for them. Bloomberg reported that senior officials at the FBI's Record or Information Dissemination Section, which handles the processing of FOIA requests, pushed back on the directives. Michael Seidel, the section chief of RIDS, who worked at the FBI for about 14 years, was quite vocal. The three people familiar with the matter told Bloomberg's Leopold. Patel blamed him for the failure to send all of the Epstein files to Bondi. Then, a couple of months ago, Seidel was told he could either retire or be fired. Seidel chose the former and quietly left the FBI. The details related to Seidel's exit haven't been previously reported. During the review, in March, FBI personnel were said to have identified numerous references to Trump and other high-profile people, with the names then redacted by FOIA officers because they were private citizens at the time, a common practice under FOIA case law. After the redactions, the files were sent to Bondi, who then reportedly told Trump in May that his name was in the files. Then, in early July, the Justice Department and FBI released a joint statement saying they had concluded that no further documents needed to be disclosed. Privacy concerns and protections for victims have been cited as reasons for withholding additional material, a decision that has drawn bipartisan criticism and renewed scrutiny of the file's handling. Trump has said he believes his name was added to the files by former President Barack Obama and others within his administration. Tim Hogan, a senior Democratic National Committee advisor, denounced what he alleged was a government cover-up in real time. Hogan said Donald Trump's FBI, run by loyalist Kash Patel, redacted Trump's name from the Epstein files, which have still not been released. Hogan added that while Trump and his administration try to cover up the heinous crimes included in those files, they're simultaneously doing favors for convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell. Meanwhile, Ghislaine Maxwell, the accomplice in the abuse of underage girls by high society sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, has been moved to a minimum security facility in Texas, the United States Bureau of Prisons said, triggering an angry reaction from some of the pair's victims. Maxwell, a former girlfriend of Epstein, was moved from the Federal Correctional Institution Tallahassee, a low-security prison in Florida, to the minimum security federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas, the Bureau of Prisons said on August 1st.
We can confirm Ghislaine Maxwell is in the custody of the Federal Bureau of Prisons at the federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas.
Maxwell's lawyer, David Oscar Marcus, also confirmed the move but declined to discuss the reasons for the transfer. Maxwell was convicted in 2021 of luring teenage girls to be sexually abused by Epstein, a one-time friend to the powerful and influential in the US, and was sentenced to 20 years in prison for her crimes. Two women who said they were sexually abused by Epstein and Maxwell, and the family of another accuser, Virginia Giuffre, who recently took her own life, condemned Maxwell's surprise prison transfer.
It is with horror and outrage that we object to the preferential treatment convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell has received. Without any notification to the Maxwell victims, the government has overnight moved Maxwell to a minimum security luxury prison in Texas.
The Bryan prison camp in Texas is a minimum security institution, the lowest of 5 security levels in the US federal prison system. Such facilities have limited or no perimeter fencing, whereas low security facilities such as FCI Tallahassee have double-fenced perimeters and higher staff-to-inmate ratios than prison camps, according to the Bureau.